Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a truly wild and compelling story. It really unravels like the most intricate legal thriller, driven by a family's relentless pursuit of truth. This isn't just a tale, it's a deep dive into the glittering yet surprisingly dark world of the Hamptons, where secrets and power collide with, well, a shocking pursuit of justice. Our source material for this deep dive isn't, a collection of articles or research papers. Instead, it's a gripping narrative that pulls you in from the very first moment. It reveals a world where the lines between right and wrong get incredibly blurry, and the truth seems buried under layers and layers of wealth and corruption.
Right, and our mission today is really to meticulously unravel this complex web of events surrounding a tragic death. We'll explore the shocking revelations that emerge when ordinary people dare to challenge a system seemingly designed to protect the powerful. What quickly becomes clear in this story, I think, is how easily an official narrative can just crumble when you actually subject it to a deeper look.
And trust us, the facts we're about to uncover are genuinely surprising. It creates a narrative that will keep you hooked. Let's get straight into this intricate tale. Okay, so our story opens on what seems like a perfect East End night in the ultra-rich Hamptons. Peter Mullen, he's a 21-year-old townie, works as a car parker. He's celebrating his birthday, the beginning of another summer season, working this really opulent party at the Neubauer compound on the bluff. Can you picture it? 12 beautifully landscaped acres, hidden gardens, pristine white sand beach. The scene is buzzing, alive with the Hamptons elite. There's even a celebrity sighting, like a basketball star Latrell Sprewell is there. Adds to the whole glittery scene.
Yeah, but amidst all this vibrancy, we get our first hint of something.
Yeah.
Well, something far more sinister. Peter, who worked these parties regularly, he gets this rose-colored note, perfumed with Shalimar, from a black-jacketed waiter he'd never seen before. And the message is just cryptic. IZD 235.
Just that. IZD 235.
It's just that. So Peter follows the clue, finds the New York license plate on this sleek, forest green Benz convertible. And this isn't just a random detail, It's a key. It's going to unlock a hidden world.
Okay, so later that night, Peter gets this chilling phone call, a woman's whispered voice asking him to meet her down on the beach. He heads down there, completely unaware of the horror that's waiting for him. 3 men approach him from behind, and then suddenly, he's attacked. The shortest, stockiest one kicks him full in the chest. Peter actually describes hearing a bone snap his own. He's hit repeatedly. He's certain he's going to die. Then, maybe 30 yards away, a flash goes off. Then another one.
Wow.
Yeah, he realizes photos are being taken. This confirms it's not some random assault, it's targeted. It's a documented attack. Meanwhile, Peter's older brother, Jack Mullen, he's miles away in Manhattan. He's a Columbia Law student doing a summer associate gig at a prestigious firm. He's initially absorbed in this pro bono death row case, trying to prove his client Billy Mudman Simon's innocence.
And then the devastating call comes. It pulls Jack right back to Montauk. His family, his dad, ashen-faced, his girlfriend Dana in tears, and especially his grandfather Macklin, who's in his 80s, they greet him with this dire news. And Macklin's immediate reaction, it just perfectly captures the family's disbelief, their deep suspicion. He says, they say Peter went swimming and drowned. It's the single biggest piece of crap I've ever heard.
Wow.
Yeah, that immediate rejection of the official story. It signals the first real crack in the whole facade.
So Jack rushes to the ambulance to see Peter's body. He's struck by its, unexpected, almost artistic beauty, even in death. But then his close friend, Hank Loricella, who's an EMS volunteer, he points out the horrifying truth. There are large bruises covering Peter's chest, his ribs, arms, legs, discoloration on his forehead, the back of his neck. His fingers are twisted, broken, knuckles scraped. It becomes agonizingly clear this wasn't just a simple drowning. The injuries, they tell a very, very different story. And almost immediately, the official story starts to crumble under its own weight, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Chief Detective Frank Volpe just dismisses Peter's death as an accident, or maybe suicide. He arrogantly claims Peter was just, quote, a stoned-out little punk.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Volpe flat out refuses to interview any witnesses. Doesn't even talk to the powerful Neubauers who, wouldn't you know it, conveniently leave town right after the incident.
Yeah.
And this immediate dismissal by the authorities, it has this profound cascading impact on Jack's family. It's devastating. His father, John Samuel Sanders Mullen, dies of a heart attack soon after Peter. I mean, a loss undoubtedly made worse by the grief and the injustice of it all.
Oh, absolutely.
And this tragedy just fuels Macklin's and Jack's unwavering determination that Peter's death was murder. Full stop. It really makes you wonder, how much can grief and injustice push people to their absolute limits when this system just fails them?
And pushed they were. Jack confronts Volpe at the police station, demanding answers. Volpe's just sitting there, sipping a latte, reading the newspaper. He refuses to cooperate. He even cruelly suggests Peter killed himself because, his best girl was screwing his best friend. It's just awful.
It's infuriating, and it's a clear signal to Jack that the official channels, they're a dead end. But Jack isn't alone in his disbelief. His loyal townie friends, they refuse to accept the official narrative either. You've got Fenton, a burly fisherman, Marcy, a landscape designer who knows the Hamptons elite inside out, Molly, a teacher who also works as a reporter, and Sammy Giamulva, Peter's best friend, a local hairdresser.
The tight-knit group.
Yeah, they pool their resources. They agree to just start asking around because, as Jack puts it, obviously no one else cares.
And, looking at the bigger picture here, the immediate dismissal by authorities, the Neubauers leaving town so quickly, it strongly suggests a cover-up from the very beginning. This isn't just about one local detective being difficult. It's the first real sign of a system closing ranks, designed, it seems, to shield those with influence. Okay, so the real turning point in the investigation comes when Jack goes to see Dr. Jane Davis. She's the chief pathologist for Suffolk County, chief medical examiner for Long Island Hospital. Turns out she was the East Hampton High valedictorian, someone Jack hadn't seen in years. Smart woman.
Very smart. And Dr. Jane Davis delivers the initial, truly shocking findings.
Yeah.
Peter did not drown.
Did not drown, okay.
Her analysis of his lung tissue showed he was dumped into the water after he had already stopped breathing. Peter, she confirmed, was brutally beaten to death, the fatal blow, a clean break at the top of his spine.
Wow.
What immediately stands out here is just the stark, irrefutable contradiction between the physical evidence and that official narrative the police were pushing.
So, as their investigation deepens, Peter's secret life starts to, unpack itself. First, there's a surprising financial discovery. Peter had recently paid cash for a new BMW motorcycle.
Right.
And he had a staggering $187,646 in a bank account. And Jack is listed as the sole beneficiary.
Yeah, where does a car parker get that kind of money?
Exactly. Then comes Sammy Giamulva's reluctant confession. Peter, he explains, was a male escort. He was, quote, servicing the rich a little more literally than the rest of us.
That explains the money.
Yeah, explains the money, the secret encounters, those mysterious notes like IZD 235 that pointed to the Benz.
So, connecting the dots, Peter's sex work enabled him to earn that significant sum. The note, the Benz, it was all part of this secret life. And crucially, Peter had been using photos from these encounters to blackmail his wealthy clients.
Blackmail, okay, that adds another layer.
A huge layer. And the stakes escalated dramatically when Peter started demanding millions from the Neubauers, especially after their company, Mayflower Enterprises, announced this major merger with Bjorn Buntag. Peter must have realized his photos could be devastating, could threaten to ruin their entire empire.
And the consequences for Jack's friends become terrifying as their sort of amateur investigation starts to gain traction. This is where we're introduced to Rory Hoffman, known as the Fixer. He's Barry Neubauer's head of security. Guy with a nasty scar, a chilling demeanor. You get the picture.
It's a muscle.
Exactly. And the violence escalates rapidly. Fenton, Jack's best friend, he's attacked by the Fixer out on his boat, nearly drowned. He's explicitly warned, let Peter's drowning stand.
Wow, a direct threat.
Direct threat. Then Hank Loricella, the EMS guy, fired from his job, Marcy and Molly, they report being followed by black BMWs. The intimidation is real.
And the pressure extends directly to Jack himself. His supervisor at the law firm, Nelson Goodwin and Mickle, a guy named William Montrose, turns out he's also Neubauer's lawyer.
Oh, convenient.
Very. Montrose warns Jack to drop the case because Neubauer is a very important client to the firm. This pressure ultimately leads Jack to leave his prestigious law firm job.
He walks away from it all.
Walks away. And this provides crucial context, right? It shows how far the influence and reach of the powerful can extend, even into what should be an independent legal pursuit.
But Jack, undeterred, finds an unlikely ally. Pauline Grabowski, a private investigator from his old firm. Against all career advice, apparently she agrees to help Jack on Peter's case. She's drawn to what she calls the good side.
Someone willing to fight back.
Someone. Then comes a truly tragic and brutal turn. Murder of Sammy Giamulva.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Fixer and Frank Volpe's partner torture Sammy. They're desperately trying to get the blackmail negatives Peter took. In a shocking act of desperation, Sammy fights back. He kills the fixer, cuts his throat with a razor during a haircut.
Good heavens.
Then he sets his house on fire before escaping. A desperate final act to protect the truth, presumably.
What's immediately striking here is just the sheer ruthlessness employed to protect this secret. It demonstrates the horrific lengths the powerful will go to when their carefully constructed world is threatened. The cost of getting close to the truth is, well, it's brutal and immediate.
So the official inquest into Peter's death is set. And from the outset, it's just clear it's going to be a complete mockery of justice. Montrose, Neubauer's lawyer, orchestrates this completely fabricated narrative. It's all designed to just dismiss Peter's death as a mere accident or suicide. Nothing to see here.
A total whitewash.
Key bought witnesses are paraded before the judge. Trisha Powell, a Mayflower employee, she perjures herself, claims she saw Peter swim into the cold, rough waves, even though Peter's coworkers stated he arrived too late to have even parked her car that night.
Blatant lies.
Blatant. Then Dr. Jacobson, the one Macklin calls the coroner magician, testifies Peter died from marijuana-induced heart failure, made worse by cold water.
Right, and we later learned this expert testimony was heavily compensated by Montrose, paid for. And then comes a truly heartbreaking betrayal. Dr. Jane Davis, the one who initially gave that clear, irrefutable evidence of murder.
Yeah. What happens?
She appears nervous, coerced on the stand. She states ominously, "They came to my house."
Oh, chilling.
And then she stunningly recants her findings. Now she says Peter drowned.
She flips completely.
Completely. It's not just a betrayal. It's a chilling demonstration of how deeply power can corrupt the pursuit of truth, even within the system itself. It makes you ask, how can justice possibly prevail when truth itself is so easily manipulated?
And Dana Neubauer, Peter's ex, she takes the stand, lies about breaking up with Peter on the night of the party. She implies his despair over their split led him to suicide, just piling on.
Adding to the false narrative.
And Barry Neubauer himself. He provides his supposed alibi, a 74-minute phone call, with none other than Robert Crasweller Jr., the Attorney General of the United States.
Wow. Calling in the biggest favor.
Exactly. It's a calculated, almost theatrical display of power, designed to just shut down any further inquiry.
So what does this all mean for Jack and his family? Despite all counter evidence, the glaring contradictions, the clear signs of foul play, the judge rules Peter's death an accidental drowning or suicide.
The system failed them.
Completely. The official system had definitively closed ranks. It implicitly supported the powerful and turned a blind eye to every single sign of foul play.
And then a bombshell drops after the inquest. Jane Davis, the pathologist. She later confesses to Jack that Peter was HIV positive. This adds a crucial, devastating piece to the puzzle. It sheds this horrifying light on the true nature of Peter's secret life, the powerful people he was servicing, and the immense, deadly depth of the secret he held, and why they needed him silenced.
It provides the missing motive.
This complete mockery of justice, it becomes the turning point. Jack and Macklin, along with Pauline and their friends, they decide the official system is just beyond repair. It's broken. So they take matters into their own hands. They create their own people's court.
A vigilante court, essentially.
Yeah. They abduct the key players who covered up the truth, believing it's their only path left to get any accountability. The trial setting is truly unique. A remote house. It's live-streamed on local Channel 70 by Molly Ferreira, the teacher reporter friend. Macklin presides as the judge, while Jack acts as prosecutor. It's unconventional, yeah. A desperate measure, absolutely. But it's their last resort for justice.
And here's where the critical evidence is finally unleashed, piece by devastating piece, for the public to see. First, Trisha Powell's incriminating performance review is presented. It shows her rapid promotion and salary doubling only after her false testimony at the inquest. Clear payoff.
Quid pro quo.
Absolutely. Then, Exhibit C, the pornographer's dirty dozen. These are Sammy's explicit photographs of Peter with various wealthy individuals, including Barry Neubauer, Campion Neubauer, his wife, Tom and Stella Fitzharding, Trisha Powell, and even the Attorney General of the United States, Robert Crasweller Jr.
The AG in the photos.
In the photos. This evidence just obliterates Barry Neubauer's alibi and exposes the true nature of his relationships with Peter and these other powerful people. And most surprisingly, Campion Neubauer gives this stunning testimony. She confesses she collected her own incriminating photos of Barry's activities. She exposes his abusive nature, hints at his involvement in Peter's death, seems driven by a desire to see him finally squirm, and also a chilling fear for her own safety.
She turned on him. Then, during a confrontation later on the beach, Fenton and Jack actually tackle Frank Volpe, the detective. Volpe, finally coerced, delivers the first official crack in the facade. He admits Neubauer had his goons kill Peter.
He admits it.
Admits it, though he still claims he wasn't present and didn't know exactly why. But it's a crucial confession, caught on tape, essentially.
And Pauline, the PI, delivered the ultimate bombshell affidavits from 7 individuals, all stating Barry Neubauer infected them with HIV and lied about his status.
7 people.
7. Zooming out, this final devastating piece, it isn't just about blackmail anymore. It reveals a motive rooted in this desperate need to conceal not just illicit acts, but a potentially fatal health secret. Peter's blackmail threatened to expose Neubauer's sex ring and his HIV status. That would have utterly ruined his entire empire. That was the clear motive for murder.
The trial reaches its dramatic conclusion with Jack proclaiming, "The people v. Barry Neubauer rest their case, we're out of here."
Yeah.
The live broadcast immediately sparks this national media frenzy. It polarizes public opinion, between the upper classes and the townies, ignites a massive debate about justice, wealth, and power. So in the immediate aftermath, Jack, Mac, and Pauline peacefully surrendered to the authorities. Their goal was achieved, really. The truth was out, undeniable. Public. They knew they'd face consequences, but they got the truth out. And the legal outcome for the Mullins and Pauline is, well, it's remarkable, a testament to the unforeseen power of their actions. They plead guilty to conspiracy to kidnap and kidnapping. Initially, they're facing a minimum of 20 years. Tough charges.
However, Judge Blake, in this truly remarkable turn, acknowledges the, quote, valuable assistance the defendants have provided. He sentences them to time served and 600 hours of community service.
Time served? That's it.
Time served. And the community service at the Legal Aid Society Capital Defenders Unit, working on behalf of indigent death row defendants.
Wow.
What's truly striking here is the court's implicit recognition that their illegal actions, however extreme, ultimately led to a greater form of justice.
And the consequences for the powerful individuals who were abducted and exposed, they are profound, a stark reversal of fortune. Barry Neubauer is charged with 12 counts of manslaughter. He's financially ruined, held at Rikers Island.
Total downfall.
William Montrose, the lawyer, under FBI investigation for suborning perjury, that's convincing someone to lie under oath and witness intimidation. The Fitzhardings. They flee the court's jurisdiction. Gone.
Can't face the music.
Frank Volpe, the detective, arrested in connection with Sammy Giamalva's homicide, and now a suspect in Peter Mullins' murder, too. And Campion Neubauer, indicted as an accessory in Peter's murder, meaning she's accused of aiding or contributing to the crime.
This whole saga, it really raises an important question, doesn't it? In a world where justice can sometimes seem, well, purchased or suppressed, what does it truly mean when individuals are driven to such extraordinary lengths to uncover truth and achieve accountability? It really challenges our very definition of what is lawful versus what is actually right.
It's a profound irony, isn't it? And ultimately, a triumph of will. Jack, Mac, and Pauline, despite breaking the law, effectively brought a powerful, corrupt man to justice. And in this surprising twist, they found themselves working in the very legal field Jack initially aspired to, dedicated to fighting for those without means, without power. It was unconventional, yeah. Messy. Definitely went far outside the lines.
Yeah.
But their deep dive uncovered a truth that changed absolutely everything. Perhaps true justice isn't always found within the neatly drawn lines of established law. Maybe sometimes it has to be forged powerfully outside them. So let me ask you, what would you do if the system refused to see the truth?